Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Newton's Seahawks going up against Osweiler's Cardinals. So let's send you out to the Valley of the Sun as we welcome in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Now a first down throw for Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. There's a reason that quarterbacks hate to see Patrick Peterson on the other end, isn't there?
That's because they feel like they should be throwing the football or handing it to him. He looks like an offensive player, but he plays the corner as well as anyone in the league.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Michael Kendricks is an inside linebacker who can roam sideline to sideline and make plays.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll give the Seahawks a 1st down.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. You're going to want a big game out of that guy. Big-time run to get things started. But even more importantly, coming in on the road, trying to silence the crowd, take them out of it a little bit, slow down the emotions of the game, and get yourselves under control and feel like, yeah, we're going to be okay on the road.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Down, Osweiler. Looking left sideline, it's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second down following the run.
Tight end right. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Osweiler. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
Nine yards to go. It's 3rd down.
Let's go. Blue, land it. Gone.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. This is taken at the 10. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll come out in the pistol. To throw on second down is Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
6 yards to go here on second down. And they'll go on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. This could very well be 4-down territory, but right now we focus on 3rd and goal from the 1. Now they try the right side here, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if there got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Time running out here on the play clock. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Osweiler. Over the middle, it's complete. A gain of 11 and a first down.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run with Marshall, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Osweiler. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
This is Marshall. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, Osweiler. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Let's go.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Osweiler. And this is complete. It's Marshall. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here we go now. Blue lining. Blue lining.
1st and goal. Defense with their back. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. And that one makes it 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 98 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. On second down, here's Osweiler. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So just 1 yard to go here on third down. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd and 1, Osweiler. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now it's Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. More from the desert after this. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Kick right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 7 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And here's Marshall. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
7 yards remain now on 3rd down. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Osweiler now to throw on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of just been driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now Osweiler on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go now. 3-19.
To throw is Osweiler. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the I.
Leopard. Check. Watch it now, Barney. No.
The play clock's running down. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Keith Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he is going to lose lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. To throw on second down is Newton. It's complete to Lockett. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out here in the I, and they'll run it here. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the... Does the big boy have the juice? And he cuts right sideline and some room to go. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's work done. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Osweiler. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Keith Marshall with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Newton again. Surveying the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got Lockett. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out here in the I. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And complete to Zach Ertz. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll go on the ground. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterback, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
Here we go now. Blue, landed. Blue, landed.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
He's going to field this at the 4. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, Osweiler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he comes back with one complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a 1st. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Second and just one. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second and one is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Now Osweiler on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Marshall. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He's back to throw. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from taking the lead. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He's got Lockett. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Back to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Fresh set of downs here. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now Newton not liking the play call. He's going to take a timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Second down, 9 yards to go. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is right through. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they all are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Seahawks, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.